Hello, everybody. Can we please do a quick mic check? Thank you for being here early. Can I please have a thumbs up? Okay. Oh, sorry. Let me mute myself on this end. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. Okay. So today I have a special guest. Parker, come here really quick. Say hello. Say hello real quick, okay? Today, I have my buddy with me because it is election day. Did you all vote? Please say yes, you did vote. I'm not going to ask you who you vote for, but you vote. So, hey, Anlu. Thanks for being here. Divto, how are you? Miss you. So that's why I have my son for the next few days, just in case. Who knows what the madness is like, and we live in downtown Seattle, so just to be safe. Alrighty. So if we're meeting for the very first time, my name is Holly Lee. I have a confession. I'm a coffeeaholic. I'm kidding. I'm a career coach, and my goal here is to simply provide all of my tips, my strategies, my version of the STAR method into helping you land a position, preferably with top tier technology companies, because that's where I've spent the last 11, 12 years of my career in. That's what I'm passionate about, is to talk about technologies. I know that not all of you guys are in a tech role, but you could be in finance, ops, program managers, even with construction background. Everyone interested in landing a position with their dream company, which is Amazon. Okay, so because of that, I'm very grateful for all of you who comes back every single Tuesday at 12:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and supporting my work. And without you guys, I won't be here today. So thank you very much. I have a few very quick announcements, and then I'm going to dive right into the online assessment very quickly because I am bombarded with so many messages from you guys, from LinkedIn, from email, from Patreon, you guys name it. Everyone is asking me about the online assessment, but I'll get to it very, very quickly. Okay. Um, I have an announcement. I have, if you guys noticed the joined little button in my YouTube channel and all of my video, because now that I am over 10,000 subscriber, YouTube actually unlocked a feature of paid YouTube membership. Don't freak out, everyone. Don't freak out. Nothing will change. The Tuesday Career Live is still free. I'm still here for you guys for as long as you need me to help you get your fit back with your employer of choice. Okay. The only difference, actually, I would prefer just one tier, but I have to put three. Okay. The least one is $3.99. It's just for anybody who wanted to support my work. Again, nothing will change for everything that I've done. The only changes are if you are my member of any tier, from the $3.99 to the $9.99 or $24.99, that's the leadership tier. I will be doing a second live stream for 90 minutes starting next Friday, focusing on senior to basically senior meaning individual contributor or people manager all the way up to executive. Okay. That way I'm not getting a lot of questions that's irrelevant. I know that a lot of you guys are patiently waiting for me to answer your question, and it's been an hour or two past. That's what the paid membership is for, because when you're jumping in my live stream, I can see the little emoji, and the emoji says eat, sleep, star. Okay, so that's how I distinguish my pay membership and just the overall community. You don't even have to super chat anymore to get your questions showing in front. I can see them right away as a member. Okay, so that's very exciting news. The second one is my Star Interviewed Accelerator course. For all of you guys who are in my VIP, there's quite a few of you guys, you don't need the course because you guys are kicking ass right now. But for all of you who are not kicking ass yet, meaning you are really struggling with your story, you're very lost, not just creating your story, but don't even know how to start. The number one thing I can tell you what the problem is your branding. I know, don't argue with me. It is your branding, even VP level, especially executive level, okay? Because you've been doing the same job for 10 years, you're extremely rusty in how you position yourself and your credential. So that's what the Star Interview Accelerator is. I have a bonus feature for that course specifically, but the bottom line is my pre-launch special prize will expire in 3 days, and you will never see that prize again. I'm not going to unlock what the special feature is, but I will this Friday. For those of you who are already in the course, you're going to get a special treat for what you pay for. Okay. So let's go really quickly with the online assessment. If you guys have questions with the online assessment, please do feel free to drop all of your questions on the bottom. If you don't, that is fine. Excuse me. I'm here to answer all of your questions, and I will try to get through as many as I can. Okay. So what I've done here is I pinged my friends at Amazon, of course, and I basically asked them to keep me up to speed of what all these online assessment that I've been seeing a lot of my community member. So excuse me, we're talking about the math assessments for operations, or FC, which is fulfillment center. What does that mean? That means you're applying for area manager. Area manager generally are those who have a master's degree, and you're being hired as level 5 or 6s because of the academic experiences. Ow, 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 because of the because because of the academic background that you have. An operation manager is usually from an area manager promoted into an ops manager, or you have relevant experience from third party vendor, logistic, or so on. Also, if your pathway or your career trajectory, this is live streaming to a whole new level, guys. You want to sit on mama? Okay, you have to be a good boy, okay? Okay, so ops and FC is, it is your trajectory in moving into a GM or general manager for the operation, logistic, or fulfillment center. They're all really under the one umbrella. Okay. Second thing to know is the finance analyst position are now taking a form of assessment of a math test. Now I know that all of you guys are going to ask me, can you tell me what those questions are? Can you basically help me fill out my answer? True story, guys. So many of you have reached out to me on LinkedIn and asked me if I can give you an answer. Guys, no, I'm not going to give you an answer because you need to figure that out. How are you going to pass the interview if I tell you how to do your math test? Okay, time. Hang on 1 second here while I have to sustain my child for a quick second. Okay, but if you guys are new to my channel, please do put new in the bottom and let me know where you are calling in from, and I'll be back in 10 seconds. Hopefully that works and he'll be able to keep himself busy at least for the next 5 minutes, right? Okay, sorry guys. Let's start all over again, okay? So, in conclusion, outside of the operation of fulfillment role that you'd be interested in, it's also a finance analyst position as well, where you have to take the assessment. What Amazon really want to know is your work style assessment, a sample of what you can bring on the table, as well as functional skill. Functional skill, your work style. What type of employee should you be, and would you be a culture fit, which is thinking quick, moving fast, being able to solve problems, and answering very general, basic work related questions. Okay. I actually took a look at those questions. It's actually not that hard. You don't really have to have the Amazon experience. You just need to have the common sense and the thinking outside of the box into how you troubleshoot around a work environment, a fast paced work environment. So, guys, as much as I love getting messages from all of you guys on LinkedIn, but please, if you're going to tell me to give you a quick answer of answering your behavioral questions, like so many, like I'm talking about thousands of people who've asked me that, I will ignore you because I don't know you. I know nothing about you. We've never exchanged a conversation. You're not even in my VIP office hour. What are you waiting on? Okay. You can't do like a quick, give me a math answer. I can't do that. I'm not going to help you cheat. You're interviewed with any company because you truly need to learn how to do so. All right. With love. I'm saying that with a lot of love. I want to see you work hard and not showing me, but to show yourself that you're doing everything you can. And these math questions, I did a search, by the way, it's all over Glassdoor. Glassdoor even show you some of the questions and answers and guiding you how to do that from people who have recently interviewed at Amazon. Okay. So I talk about Glassdoor a lot in almost every single one of my video because it is an amazing platform where people talk about their experiences with all the major companies, especially Amazon. Okay. There are hundreds and hundreds of positions on there with feedback, with questions, and some of them or a lot of them with answers, especially in the math and online assessment. I also talk about Quora.com from current employee at Amazon that will explain to you what the math test assessment is. Okay. So if you miss any of that, I want you to rewound the first 5 minutes of the Amazon assessment and what that is. Again, if you guys are looking for example, meaning do your work for you, that's not going to happen. I don't do anyone's work for them. In fact, I wouldn't even write your resume, write your LinkedIn for you. I will tell you exactly what to do. But should you be interested, reach out to me. But don't reach out to me with asking to give you an answer. Okay? You guys get where I'm going. All right. Let's see who's here. Keldap, Tony, hey. Hamdi, Alfredo, hey there. RP, welcome back. Thank you for the star. Luca, thank you for the star and the star. Really appreciate your thumbs up. I'm motivated by thumbs up and star. Guys, I don't know what it is, but YouTube and the algorithm, Miss Mountain Dew. Ooh, I would love some Mountain Dew right now. YouTube algorithm loves emoji thumbs up. I don't know why that is. They somehow triggered the algorithm to say, hey, check this person out. She's live streaming right now and she actually has an audience. So emoji thumbs up and thumbs up is a huge thing as I'm live streaming. Thank you so much for the star. Yay. I'm so happy. I'm just going to put my star here. No, I'm not going to put it for everyone. And that is enough. Okay. The reason excuse me, the reason why I'm so passionate about the star method is because it does work. Let me clean this up a little bit. A lot of you who are simply just showing up on my Tuesday live stream, by now there's about 85 to 90 of you guys who landed a position. I also created a private Facebook group for everyone in my community who landed a job at Amazon so you guys could network among yourself. Okay. And also, I needed to know who you guys are so I can keep track of all of my community member. It works. It works because the STAR method really helps you stay concise, get to the point, and have relevancy. Everyone is going to tell me, I don't know if my experience are good enough or I don't have the industry experience. That's okay. The only, I wanted to say probably about 20% of the people in my coaching community, which is my VIP, who are still working on getting a job. I would say at least 18% out of the 20, you guys could hear, right? A lot of them, when they came to me, they already have the final loop schedule or the interview schedule. And you truly have to do all of your stories. And I recommend at the bare minimum 15 stories. I also recommend that you guys start rehearsing yourself by recording. I'm just telling you guys, there's nothing that I'm sharing with you that I'm not sharing in my coaching platform, by the way. There's no secret. There's no hidden agenda. This is exactly what I tell my students. And once you have your story down, of course, in my coaching platform, I actually review all of your work. But you guys, you need to start recording. And guess what? Zoom, it's free for yourself, okay? All you have to do is press record, embarrass yourself because no one's going to see that but you. It just breaks my heart when I mean, not often, but every now and then I'll get one or two who just wanted to, yes, I have a phone interview. Oh, shoot. I didn't make it. And, I'm so broken and torn right now. I know because I am not a magician. I can tell you everything that I know it works because I've been at those environment. I've taught, interviewed at Amazon. I've taught interviewing at Google for a number of their test organization and hardware as well. I know what these companies are looking for, but if you guys are not prepared and you fail the interview, you only have one shot for that position title. That means we need to work on seeing what other role you would be a good fit for, maybe not as technical, depending on what area you didn't do well. Okay? So, I just feel like I have to talk Jesus here for a moment because literally, guys, every single night before I go to bed, I spend 2 hours to do nothing but to read through all of my messages. And I'm still 2 weeks behind in responding to all of you guys. You know, I'm very serious in getting back to you. So I want you to show me that you're serious about yourself. Okay? All right. I wanted to answer all of your questions right now. By the way, there are quite a few of you who are watching right now. Can I please get a thumbs up? Show the girls some motivation so I can get pumped. Help me alongside moved my live stream so that YouTube can work for us. So I have more people like you who come in here and can benefit from this free coaching. Okay? Kodub says, "Hi Holly, attending your first live session. Quite excited." Well, thank you. Usually I have either techno music or deep house music or some kind of music. But if you guys see me rocking this hat on, that means I can't do much. I have to get to the point. Tanya, best of luck to you. Tanya, if you haven't already, I have a whole playlist called Amazon Star Interview. I think there's only 5 video like this live stream, but the first 10-15 minutes, I only talked about like invent and simplify, the most innovative thing, career failure, so on and so forth, where I walk you through and how I create my story and give you an example of my template. Okay. So if you, especially when you have a final loop right now with Amazon, you need to watch that playlist along with the Amazon leadership principle questions and examples where I walk you through all of my top behavioral questions. Okay, I'm serious. With a free template of all of my background. Now, please keep in mind, guys, do not, I'm going to say this probably like 10 more times. Do not use my template as your own. Do not do that. Especially if you're in HR or recruiting, my background, do not do that. Because apparently the Amazon recruiting and just recruiters in general are watching my content. Okay. So if you are using some of my example, they will know. And my examples are very specific. Unless you work for the Facebook, the Google, and Amazon and built teams like Madrid. And I was the first person to build a team in Austin and Madrid. So they will know it's coming from me. I have to say that because it actually did happen and I don't want that to happen to another person. Okay? Do not use any of my example, even those who, there's a lot of you who've joined my my Star Interview Accelerator course that's starting on Monday, by the way, and also my VIP, and there's a lot of example. Do not use anyone else's example but yourself. Okay? All right. I think I'm done. I think that was pretty clear. Hamdi says, I have an Amazon on-site interview soon. Yay. What position are you interviewing for, Hamdi? Hello, smiley faces. Look at his photo. I love it. This is a great LinkedIn profile, by the way, smiley faces. Iman. Hello, Iman. I am so excited to have you in my Star Interview Accelerator. I will be sending out a message in the next 2 days. I'm just kind of, to be honest with you guys, my mind is with the election right now. I just can't stop thinking about it. So I need a moment after Wednesday. I will send out a message for our onboarding. It's very exciting time for my Star Interview Accelerator folks. AP, how are you? Miss Mountain Dew, I have to say, I'm really digging. Look at this, guys. I'm really digging. I'm assuming Photoshop. I love this. You and I should talk about that. SOBC. What are your rates for coaching? Well, thank you for asking. Generally, I don't talk about private coaching. I am more focused on group, but I do have private coaching. My website is on any or all of my video. It's just hollylee.co, C-O, okay? And if you're interested, just send me a message on LinkedIn. But if you guys can do me a favor on the subject line, either you put VIP or private coaching or Star course, okay? Because if not, I have thousands of messages and I'm not I'm not kidding. I have thousands of messages every single week. I can't get through them fast enough. So if you do that, I can get back to you a lot sooner. Okay? Serene. Excited to listen into this live. Loving your video. Have very helpful in prepping. Thank you so much for supporting my work. Sunny, how are you? Aaron, hello. Thanks for the video of second phone screen operations engineer. Cool. For either you're interviewing for operations engineer, tech or non-tech, well, especially on the tech side, 80% of your interviewed of the entire loop are still going to be behavioral question. Okay, that 20% is going to be your skill related or technical question. What are those technical questions? Even though I have never recruited for operations engineer, I'm pretty sure you can look at the job description and you can see what are those tech functionalities are, and I would get to learn some of those. Okay, just trying to help you out. Thank you so much for the star, Mr. Dipto. Payus, thank you for the star. Look at you guys. I love my star. Sarlene, hello. Awesome scuba diving photo. Check this out, guys. Awesome. Everyone, can we please wish Payus and all of those who have an on-site final loop best of luck to them? And Payus, I don't know if you noticed, but in the Amazon Star interview playlist, there's part 1 and part 2 live stream that I talked about specifically how to be prepared for the on-site or final loop. So check that out. Don't miss out on that. Sulanda, PhD, what is the fee to join Star membership at the discounted price? Sulanda is actually on my LinkedIn, one of my most current posts right now. It's almost at half priced, and this is an 8-week can't talk, guys. 8 weeks course where I'm going to be a virtual coach on a daily basis, where we're going to review your branding, all of your entire branding, your stories and everything. And for those who actually completed the course and follow my instruction to T, I have something very special for them that I'm going to hold that off, and you will not be disappointed. You won't be disappointed in any of my program, but specifically for the STAR method, it is built around all of those who are affected by the pandemic, and you can't afford my private coaching. And I honestly, I can't take too many private coaching as well. So this works because a lot of people have actually have the result they were looking for. Okay. And feel free to reach out to me about that as well. Dylan, hello. Holly helped me prepare and get a job. Oh, area manager. Oh, yeah, that Dylan. Sorry, Dylan. There are quite a number of Dylan in my life. Congratulations. Yay. When do you start? And Dylan, I can't remember if I've sent you a link to my my alumni, my Amazon alumni Facebook group. If I haven't, please remind me, okay? Cool dub, welcome. Lavinia, I have my second phone interview for sales operations lead position on Thursday. Very excited. By the way, you're doing a great job. Good luck to you. As I mentioned, it doesn't matter if you're interviewing for tech or non-tech, guys. The behavioral questions are very much the same in almost every single one of my Amazon leadership principle. There are questions in there, especially the first. It's kind of embarrassing to mention this. I started my YouTube channel a year ago. I started to get more serious about literally like 7 months ago. So it's been fairly new, which means my production quality was actually pretty poor back then. But if you watch my Amazon leadership principle, more of the explanation of expectations, what those LPs are, why are they important, what are my top favorites, how do you prepare for it, and also including questions aligned to the LPs. You do not want to miss my playlist on all of the Amazon leadership principle. Okay? It's going to help you. That's how 90 of you guys end up landing a position, and also the Star Interview Accelerator as well. I'm new, messaging from London. Hello. It is pretty late in London. Thank you for joining me. By the way, I talked about my second stream for my paid YouTube member. I'm still a little hesitant on the time because of the I have a lot of people from Europe. I also have a lot of people from Asia. I cannot be doing two additional live streams, so I'm trying to figure out the best time that will work for both world. Okay, and for all of the US folks, you still have my Tuesday live. It will never change. Shireen says, I have come across an alternative to STAR called the CAR framework that effectively combines the situation and task into the context session using the CAR methodology harmful to use. Um, Surin, I have no idea what the CAR framework is or any other framework is. The reason why I talk so much about the STAR method, and I'm going to put your questions right here so everyone could be on the same page. The reason why I only care and only speak about STAR is because that's what I have taught, that's what I teach, and that's what worked. Especially for companies like Amazon. I don't know what the car is. I'm certainly not going to spend time in any other framework because I know that this framework works for me. So, whatever framework that is, I take what I know that would work for like an Amazon and I pretty much use it into like the Holly Lee style. Okay. I did not invented the star method, but I invented my program, my technique to extremely like slicing and dicing the star method to be as concise as humanly possible. And for the car method, when you mentioned about situation, combining situation and task into a context section, it doesn't even matter. Like to me, I like to hear answer that's very structure and specific, because if you're not being specific with some kind of structure in the way you are providing your answer in any interviewed session, either you're junior, mid-level, or executive, it's not going to work. It's just not going to work because I've been through all of that before. Okay, I hope that answers your questions. Of course, you guys could use however you want to. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I'm going to stick around with my star because I mean, I even tried Googling it. I can't figure out who invented just the star method in general. Today, Amazon recruiter has contacted me for a position of SWE, my profile of data engineer. Shall I ask her for relevant position with a suitable? Yes, because a lot of the time when the recruiter reach out to you guys for the wrong role, data engineer or like data engineer and software engineer are not even speaking the same language. Okay, a software engineer usually is front end, back end, depending on the product and the org, right? Either you're in system level or you're Java. So I would clarify with the recruiter. I know time is very busy for recruiters at Amazon right now, but you really, recruiters, if you're watching right now, Amazon or not, do your due diligence. You have to make sure you look at everybody's profile before you massive spam everyone. And this is exactly what happened because they didn't even look at your profile. They just select all and boom, reach out to thousands of people all at once and hopefully one stick. And when you respond to them, they will say, oopsie, oh no, that's probably not the right fit. Okay, so you don't want to waste people's time. Hi, Meanie. Thank you for helping out the algorithm. Katrine, hello, Katrine. I'm having my second AWS interview this week. Technical learning consultant in enablement specialist. What kind of technical questions should I expect? I have no clue what type of technical questions to expect. But if you look at your job description under the prefer technical environment, you will see all of them listed. Okay. Zoe. Well, thank you. My energy consists of 2 cups of be your own boss. Oh, that's right here. Be your own boss coffee. This is actually a pretty big mug. I'm still a little bit under the weather, but I know that, so many of you are excited. I see people waiting even like an hour before the live stream. So I don't have the heart to cancel my stream. I will stream regardless of what's going on in the world unless I absolutely can't move. If I can't press the record button, something seriously is wrong. By the way, I already told the recruiter and hiring manager on the first interview that I am not having deep cloud skill experience. That's pretty awesome that you're being so transparent, Katrine. So I'm quite nervous regarding the tech questions. If you are doing your part in being upfront with the recruiter and hiring manager and they're still interested in you, that's trying to tell me that there's something in your background that they're looking for, and that may not be in the job description, okay? Judy Campbell, my buddy Judy, thank you so much for the 9.99 super chat. So Judy and I go way back as in about what, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, I don't know. Thank you so much for the super chat and just coming by to support me. I know you don't need career coaching from me. You know, you got your stuff going, but thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, back to you guys now. Shiladia. If I'm not pronouncing your name correctly, please do correct me. You're doing a great job. Oh, you welcome. You very welcome. Rolly, thank you so much for washing your hand, clapping your hand. Jujai 99. Hello. Lillian, how are you? Tanya says your playlist was my study session. That's true, guys. I'm going to make this really big for you guys to see what Tanya just said. The reason why I created the playlist the way that I did, the order that I did, guys, it is all for you to make your life easier so you're not spending your time looking and where to go and what if, okay? In fact, if you look at my live stream, there's also a playlist called the Amazon Interview Tips Q&A like this. I went back of the 2+ hour live stream session and put hyperlink on every single question that you guys asked like this. Okay. I'm just trying to tell you all that if I'm willing to spend the time because I am so customer obsessed of wanting you to land a job on Amazon, I want you to spend the time to look at the material that is already there for you and free. Okay. Free. You don't even have to be in any of my program. Pratik, how are you? Can Amazon reject you right now simply because I'm not willing to sponsor a visa for expat? I can't really answer that question because I'm not an Amazonian, Pratik. Okay. I would ask the recruiter for that. When you're asking these questions, are you an internal candidate? Because expat are basically paying for you to relocate to like EMEA or a different part of the continent for generally about a year to 2 year contract. So sounds like you are an Amazonian already. I don't blame you for wanting to get out of the US if you're in the US. Mohammed, I've been selected for the final stage. Awesome. In interviewing process for L4 position, wish me luck. Yay, good luck. Good luck. I have two job opportunity offered to interview on Amazon. One of them is asking me for round two. It makes me so happy that you guys are all jumping back to let me know that you're actually moving the process along. And that's how you know that whatever that you guys are doing is working. Okay. And I talked a lot about the template and how you can be very organized and creating a spreadsheet. There's not a thing the type of question you guys have right now where I haven't provided you an answer in my video. Seriously. Lee, I've done an assessment for FLDP in what is FLDP? In late August, but have heard no feedback ever since. Does it mean I failed the assessment? I'm not really sure. The way how Amazon work is that even if you don't pass any kind of assessment, they will still get back to you because that's the right thing to do. I would reach out to whomever that send you the assessment to follow up. Okay. RP, that's plagiarism. Nobody should copy others' example. Exactly. Even in my VIP community or my star community, I'm trying to trim down to just 2 community now, guys. Okay. Because those are the most community that is highly valuable and beneficial to my member. And the first thing I make everyone do is to sign an NDA, which means do not copy anything and tick anything outside of the community. Whatever happens there stays in there. Okay. And I'm also very protective of my members as well. Charlene. Assuming that I prepared stories for each leadership, what is your suggestion to adapt it to specific questions? Should I look common questions and try to have stories on those too? The best advice I can give you, Charlene, and everyone, is that you should try to answer my only focusing on my top pick behavioral questions. That's it. No more. It's kind of hard for me. And in addition, that 20% I would ask you based on your experiences, right? I would look at your resume or your background and ask you diving deep into your background. I can't do that because there's way too many of you. I would have to share my screen and then pull up your LinkedIn profile if you guys even have one that's filled out. Okay. So it's kind of hard for me to tell you guys exactly what to do to the T as far as more than just my top behavioral questions because I don't know you and your background. But at the bare minimum of your chances passing the interview is 80%. That's very high if you do every single thing I've asked you in those webinar tutorial. JS, tomorrow I have a technical phone interviewed. Is it necessary to prepare for leadership principle questions? Yes, absolutely. Guys, even before talking to the recruiter, even before, okay, let me just have a moment of another Jesus talk with you guys, okay? Literally, even some of you guys who are showing up every single Tuesday, who made it to my VIP group, who's in my VIP group, who are still looking for a job, and here's why. You cannot be accepting job invite because you're not going to get an offer until you have listed your stories. And I'm so adamant about that because why are you accepting interviewed and failing it because you're not prepared? Okay? That's the reality of it. Um, I don't know if other career coaches do this. For me, I don't guarantee that you would get a job even through my content, as you can see. And I am so honest with you guys that everything that I'm sharing is exactly a preview of what you're getting, just working with someone like me. You do not want to start interviewing until you are, at least with the recruiter, at least 90% sure. Okay. Because if I have been a recruiter, the first 10, 11, 12 years of my career, the first question I would ask you without knowing anything about your background, I want you to describe your role for me. And basic, right? That's a really basic question. And guess what? 80% of the people fumble all over the place. My goodness, I'm just asking you to tell me about, what you've done. Tell me about your current role. You're laid off? Great. Tell me about your previous role. And no one can answer that. It's just so astonishing to me. That's what I mean. You have to be able to answer basic questions. I haven't even asked you tell me about yourself yet, which means tell me about yourself quickly, but what is the number one thing, high level, that you have done to impact the results? What is the number one thing that you have done and why should they hire you? Right? That is this number 2 second that everybody fell. Guys, I'm being so honest. I know that a lot of you who are at Amazon right now, even you, okay, even those at Apple, at Google, a lot of those customers, no one, I've never had a single customer who's able to tell me about themselves. Okay? Yes, I have a video about that as well in my playlist. Those of you that have interviewed line up, you will rock out. Congrats in advance for landing your new role. Yes. Thank you, smiley faces. Noranda. By the way, thank you so much for the super chat. Uh this is sorry. I'm like, hey Nee. And thank you for being my leadership membership. Thank you so much for the super chat. Where is your questions? Obey me now. Obey? Yes, obey me now. Obey me now. What's your question? Okay, cool. Okay, Benjamin. Benjamin says, "Hey Holly, I implemented a lot of your suggestions for LinkedIn and already had 3 recruiters reach out. This is one of yes, 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 yes. Thank you. I'm going to make this really big for you. Okay, um, I know that it's so weird, guys. Every time I put a video on job search, on networking, on LinkedIn, that is my lowest ranking video tutorial. But guys, that is the most important thing so that you can get an invite to an interview. What are you guys waiting on? The power of LinkedIn playlist. Yeah, you may want to minus my production quality because I really don't have a clue how to film a year ago, but the content is all there. Okay, you need to be able to make your LinkedIn profile popped. A lot of if you're especially a technical professional, those coding languages and project deliverables and execution is not even in there. If I'm looking at your LinkedIn profile and I don't even know what you've done, how are you going to be able to pass a recruiter screen? I'm not even talking about the hiring manager phone screen yet. And if you're a non-tech position, a non-tech role, that's even worse. Those are usually extremely vague, okay? And if you're an account manager or biz dev, there's got to be ROI and how many millions of dollars you save your customer or your company smear all over your LinkedIn highlights. Okay. That's what I'm talking about, following those tutorials so that you can land interviews. Mutes, how are you? Can we apply for the same position after 6 months? Well, it depends on what the recruiter have mentioned to you. For all of you guys who have interviewed and failed, let's talk about that for a second. Okay. If you interview, you didn't get the position, what I would recommend you to do is to just kind of take a piece of paper, or, use Word. I'm a Google person, so I use Google Docs. Remember the type of questions that was being asked and what was your answer. So if you guys are able to write out what had happened, you pretty much can tell in what areas you did not do well. If that is the case, I would try to work on the gap, showing up better, and ask yourself what could you possibly do to gain those experience before you apply for the same role. Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense. I have I'm new here. I have my first phone. Hang on one second, guys. For some reason, okay, maybe I don't want to be too loud. I'm new here. I have my first phone Amazon interviewed tomorrow for reliability program manager. That's new. What type of questions could this interview can done well? Is it going to be another interview? Well, I can't tell you if there's going to be a second phone interview. It's all depending on whether you guys know that the first phone interviewed is for the hiring manager, whomever the interviewer is, to evaluate to see if you have the foundation for the role, right? Meaning you have to fit the position at least bare bones 70% before they could pull you in, well, or virtually for a full loop. Okay. So you need to know your program management life cycle extremely well. And I'm assuming that your background is in reliability. I'm going to assume that there's going to be a lot of questions regarding automation, testing, and QA as well, because that's part of reliability and also tying into PM. Okay. Good luck to you and let me know how it goes. Soren, how are you? I love this. He says, I'll stick to Holly's version of star. Listen, guys, if something is already working, why change it? How long after you apply for ops manager would you expect to see or hear something? I'm not really sure how to answer that, Raphael. It's depending on when you're just applying for a position, the recruiter is always busy, especially right now. You're probably going to have, from thousands to like 500,000 people going after the same role. If you guys have followed my live stream, I talked a lot about don't apply to a job. You're going to network and reach out to the hiring managers directly. Okay. How do you reach out to the hiring manager and how do you know if they're a hiring net manager? Because you use the position title with the word manager right next to it. Go watch that video. It's called Networking with hiring manager. That photo is in red. You can't miss it. Okay. And I did that live stream probably about a month and a half ago. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Every single time when I talk about networking or LinkedIn, like you guys are not even watching it. That is the most important piece so that you can get invited to a job interviewed. Okay? S- You know what I'm saying? So go watch that. Please talk about the new Amazon interview process. Um, that's Kuldeep. Well, what I'm hearing is from a lot of the role, tech or not, the Amazon process require two phone screen and then the on-site process. That is because they're so overwhelmed and slammed right now. They want to weed out candidates who are probably not a good fit, right? Because if not, they can't have a high volume of people. They with a limited amount of interviewer because the interviewers are interviewing so much right now on top of doing the full-time job. Okay, I mean, that's just the nature of how things are working right now. And I'm not just talking about Amazon, I'm talking about a lot of the companies as well. I'm pretty sure they're revamping and trying to scale the process. Okay. You just, in the end of the day, everything I talk about in prepping is the same thing. All right. What is it, Parker? Okay. I need a 30-second break. I'll be right back. Listen to some music. Let me put on some music for you guys. Okay. And I am back. Thank you. Appreciate your patience. Okay, where are we? This is fun, guys. Thank you for just hanging out. VJ. Oh, VJ, this is cool. Yeah, check out VJ's photo, guys. VJ says, during interview, they asked if someone referred me for the position. Does reference got any added weight during the interview process? Kind of, yeah. If the person who's referring you are someone who actually worked with you, VJ, then yes, right? That means when they refer your name, they would write something great about your background and where they work with you in a workplace environment. Then yes. But if someone refer you because they know you or your friends in a social setting, not really. Not really. Okay. Um, at Amazon, based on my experience, about over 6 years or so with them, the referral who landed a job offer, it's probably like 5%. It's really low. That is because a lot of the person who's referring, they haven't worked with you for like 5 years or even 10 years, where the skill is not really aligned with Amazon. Okay. So to answer that question more specific, depends. But if you have someone inside, absolutely use however, whomever you know in there, at least to leverage. See if they could take your resume and hand it virtually to the hiring manager or the right group. Eduardo, how are you? I passed the first interview with Amazon. Now I just made a test for data analysis analyst and schedule 4 more meetings for next week. What can I expect about them? Expect to be drilled, my friends. Eduardo from Spain. Go check out my Amazon Star interview playlist and the LP questions and answer. Basically, everything on my video and live stream that has the word examples and answer. Okay, let me repeat myself: examples and answers of anything in the front. It doesn't matter. You have to look at all of them because I'm literally telling you guys how to create your stories around the LPs and the questions. Okay. Perla, how are you, Perla? Any advice on how to negotiate increased salary when you get a new offer? Well, hello, recruiter, if you are watching. Well, um, I am being recorded, and this video is going to stay on my channel forever. So I can't exactly tell you every single thing. I need to, I do talk about this in my VIP group. There's a section called salary negotiation. We can spend at least an hour and talk about salary negotiation, right? You have to know what your worth is for your skills, your years of experience, and also the market rate. What is it? What are you worth, right? Amazon is not a company, and I am not sure if you guys are aware of that. If you join Amazon because you think you're going to get rich, it's not going to happen. Okay. Amazon rewards employees after you have been with them longer. Okay. What I mean by that is you sure will make money because Amazon stock is going crazy. All right. I think it was like over 300,000 a share. Right. So when you joined, you will have your compensation, your total compensation, which your recruiter will walk you through everything. So prior to getting on the phone with the recruiter, this is salary or compensation. You should already know what you want in order for you to accept the offer. What are you currently making? Are you making under the market value right now with your state or country where you're at? Okay. Amazon is also a company where I would encourage everyone to negotiate and try to negotiate, but they are not the type of company that can throw money at you. Amazon just doesn't do that. Okay. If you want to get rich right away, Amazon is not the company for you. However, because the stock is crazy aging, like, every 3 year, Amazon stock goes crazy. Like, I'm not, and you guys know, right? Every single 3 years. So you need to figure out what you want as a take home and what you want as a total compensation. And as far as like equity or stock, I can't really coach you too much without knowing your level, how well you do in the overall interview process. If you guys are kicking ass and killing it in your on site interview, and then there's 6, 7 people in the debrief room that loves you and wanted to like jump off the chair to hire you, they will make you the best possible offer because they wanted to close you. All right. I hope that answered your question, Perla. Automation engineer. That's awesome, Eduardo. Gamer boy, Minecraft. I just had my first phone screen with the recruiter. I get set up for future round of 2 phone and 5 panel. This is for an L6 program manager. Good luck to you. I would like to connect with you for prepped. Okay. Well, Minecraft, if you wanted to connect with me for prepped, I need to learn a little bit about you so that I know where I could help you prepped. Reach out to me on LinkedIn. And when you reach out to me on LinkedIn, I know this is going to sound a little silly because I have no clue who you are, gamer boy, and a lot of you guys have nicknames. Let me know that you and I have this conversation in my live stream, what your nickname, your screen name is, and on the title, just put interview prep request. Okay? Because if not, there are so many messages. I'm not even going to get to you until 2 weeks later. Okay? Best of luck to you. I'll do my best to answer your question. Algorithm implementer. Hello. I could not pass Amazon interview 3 times. I would not say I answer all the tech questions perfectly each time. Do you think that Amazon gives more importance to tech skill or LP? That would be both, okay? Excuse me, guys. First of all, Amazon live and breathe over the leadership principle, because without the leadership principle, you won't be able to deliver results and you will not be a culture fit, which is moving fast. How do you move fast? By thinking big, diving deep, by being able to earn trust with across all functional team across the world, right? You guys get where I'm going. So the leadership principle is extremely important at Amazon, and also your skill. So leadership principle is really about 80% of the behavioral questions as mentioned, but the technical foundation, you need to have that. I'm not sure if you're interviewing for a tech position, you may be a better fit for a non-tech position or less on a technical skill set. If there's that opportunity. But if you have failed 3 times, I will not be applying or interviewing for the same position again. Okay. Again, I'm going to assume that you're a developer because being judged from your screening. I will try to figure out what areas you didn't do well, and I'm pretty sure you can figure that out. You sound like a smart dude or woman. Okay, I will try to see how I can fill the gap and where would I be gaining those experience. And there's a lot of free courses online as well, guys, on YouTube specifically. Okay, that's what I would do, and I would advise you. Hello, Sin. How are you? Hungry for employment. Look at this. I love it. Hungry for employment. I was talking about how I'm known for a lot of the companies I've worked with. As a people manager, I would rather hire someone junior or no experience and train them, and going after someone who is super hungry over someone who's senior. What happens to writing assessment you turned in? What do they use that for? Well, first of all, you're supposed to turn in your writing example several days before the onsite. Um, it's also in the instruction, right? And in the instruction, it gives you 2 different options. I have a video about that. You know what? That's actually kind of lousy. Don't watch it. I'll redo a writing exercise 2.0. Now that I know how to set my camera correctly. They wanted to see if you're able to solve a problem and articulate your story with your written communication. Amazon really focus on communication, verbal and written. Okay, if you have something important to say, and it's, I'm assuming that you're interviewing for a level 6+ role. That's why you have to write the writing sample. Hungry for employment. If you're not able to articulate how you're able to solve a challenge or a problem, or how innovative you are in writing, then I don't want it to come off rude. But Amazon is an environment that are truly busy. Usually, when there's a meeting, you have probably no more than a minute or a few minutes to say important things and then get out, right? Because they are really moving fast. Amazon's um, meeting, especially on the leadership side, from my experience, we don't just sit there to small talk. There's no such thing. It's all about, what do you got for me? What is the issue you're trying to solve? How are you going to fill the gap? So if you're going to attend a meeting, how are you going to do that? That's why if you think about the Amazon type of questions they're asking you guys during the whole process, especially the writing assessment, that is exactly what you're getting yourself into as an employee. Okay? They're really trying to see if you're able to think big and dive deep. And also, more importantly, solving the problem with the customer in your back. Lalit, I just passed last week. Wait. What do you mean? Did you get a job offer? Or did you pass the full round? What? Be specific. Okay, I think you have more down here. I watched all of your video and they're spot on. I passed last week. I used to. Did you get a job offer? I think you meant you got a job offer. Yay! Awesome. Normally there's at least 6 to 10 of you guys who shows up and tell me you landed an Amazon job offer. So excited for you. Yes? What is it? Okay. I need to go get him some chicken very quickly, and I have to end this short. But obey me now. Super chat was to thank you for all of the content I've been viewing. I'm the one that ran into you, and you're beautiful. Oh, that's you! Oh, thank you so much. How did your interview go? Okay, because you mentioned last time that you made it to the final round. So let me know how that goes for you, okay? Luciano from Brazil. Alabama Asian. Alabama Asian. The music is super loud. I'm sorry. I can't control that right now because I have limited option right now. I'm pumping up the music so you don't hear him screaming in the background. You guys ping me some quick tips since I just passed last week for technical program manager. There's a lot of technical program manager tip on my Amazon interview tips playlist as well. Congratulations to you. Love More says they will hire anybody for the fulfillment experience. They said no experience. For fulfillment, especially for an area manager, you just need to have a degree. Okay. A lot of my customer, you need to have some type of work experience, but you don't need to have specific experience. They're looking for smart, ambitious people who are just really able to think big into solving problems. That's why the leadership principle is so important for Amazon. Malaysia is in the house. It should be really early for you right now in Malaysia or in Asia. I've asked recruiter to reapply again after 6 months. Some Loop members found my stories superficial. Did they actually give you that feedback? Questions: will they consider me again in small time? Anud, I'm not really sure because generally I would have to wait at least 6 months, but as mentioned, this is a great time for you to work on your storytelling. I know I've been repeating myself about 10 times in every single live stream, but I appreciate you showing up and just hang out, and a lot of you just wanted to listen in. But you have to start implementing everything that I'm teaching you guys, okay? Because I'm teaching you from the bottom of my heart. I'm teaching you every single thing that I've taught the interviewers at Amazon. Yes, I've taught this thing called making great hiring decision, where if you join Amazon in all level, okay, you're going to, if you will be an interviewer, you have to take my class before you can be an interviewer. Okay, so I know that I know it's very time consuming, but I recommend at the bare minimum 2 months to prep for an Amazon interview, because you need to have very specific example. That is, if you are a senior or at least bare minimum mid-level professional who has about 90+% of relevant experience, who are somewhat confident, still you need 2 months prep before you start with your first interview at Amazon. Okay. And for those of you who are at the final loop or had an offer already, I don't even have to ask you. I know you've prepped for a good 3 months. Okay, Mama's leaving now. Guys, I am really sorry. I have to cut today short. If I haven't had the opportunity to answer your questions, please leave it not in the chat, in the live chat, in the call. Look at him. He just drew on my arm. He just drew on my arm. Just leave it in the chat section before this kid drew all over my desk, and I'll make sure to answer all of you guys, okay? Thank you so much for spending this afternoon with me. I will see you next Tuesday, 12:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And for all of you guys who are my pay YouTube member, we will have a second live stream every Friday starting next Friday. I don't know the time yet, but I will post something midweek. If you're not a pay member, you can still watch it. You just can't comment. Okay? Have a wonderful, fantastic day. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.